This is the story of Rumple Buttercup, a story of bananas belonging and being yourself by Matthew Gray Gubler. I will only be reading chapter 1 today. If you have a journal or a piece of paper, let's take some notes. Rumple Buttercup. Look at this, Miss Biddy is sitting beside us. Rumple Buttercup, a story of bananas belonging and being yourself, written and illustrated by Matthew Gray Gubler, published by Random House, New York. For those of you parents who know who Matthew Gray Gubler is, that's right, he's Reed on Criminal Minds. For all the Rumples everywhere, come close and I'll tell you a story. Chapter 1. Once upon a time, long ago and far away, in a tiny town beneath a purple-peaked pine tree, there lived a monster named Rumple Buttercup. Hi. He had 5 crooked teeth, 3 strands of hair, green skin, and his left foot was slightly bigger than his right. 11% bigger, that is. He was weird. And so Rumple worried that if anyone ever saw him, they would be scared, run away, or throw rocks at his head. So he spent his entire life hiding underground in a rain drain right by a garbage can in the middle of town, where no one would ever see him. See, there he is. But where he could still see them, laughing and playing, singing and dancing, walking dogs and jumping rope. But most of all, not being weird. He saw people that looked much better than him, he thought. Lots of straight teeth, no green skin, perfectly proportioned feet, more than 3 strands of hair, and a dog that was cute and fluffy. Living underground wasn't all bad, though. Rumple made the most of it and had a nice little home he decorated with old garbage he found in the can outside. Rumple's home: old-fashioned garbage chair with roller skate wheels and rusted radio set, a tin can chandelier, broken umbrella, toe scratcher, footstool made entirely out of bubble gum and beans. There he lived, day after day, week after week, year after year, so much time that the pine tree grew. Silly me. He was alone. So one day he reached in the garbage can and took 2 lollipops, a piece of chewed gum, 3 strands of spaghetti, some melted licorice rope, a petrified pretzel, a handful of candy corn, and created Candy Corn Carl. Even though he was just a bunch of old candy that Rumple had glued to the wall, Candy Corn Carl was Rumple's best friend in the world, and Rumple would talk to him for hours a day. "What have you been up to, Carl?" But Carl never replied. Oh, okay. Well, hang in there, Carl. Get it? Hang, 'cause you're hanging on the wall. If Carl was real, he probably would have liked that joke. But since he was a bunch of candy stuck to a wall, he just stared. When Rumple wasn't building stuff out of the garbage or talking to Carl, he would listen to the voices above the ground and pretend they were talking to him. With his eyes shut really tight, it was as if he was part of all the fun happening above. But suddenly, can anyone get my cat out of the tall tree? I can. His eyes are closed. Could he be dreaming? Wow, those are some great dance moves. His eyes are still closed. Thanks. Hang in there, I said to him. Ha, 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 ha. Rumple's eyes are still closed. I wonder why. But when he opened his eyes, he would remember that it was all just a dream and no one was talking to him. Miss Adams' prediction was right. What about yours? Sometimes at night, if the moon wasn't too bright and if Rumple was feeling adventurous, he would go above ground with the help of a very simple disguise. Rumple's above ground disguise instructions. Step 1, get out a banana peel out of your garbage can. Step 2, put it on head. Step 3, close eyes. Step 4, slither head up and the train. And sit very, very still. Look at that. He slithered up the drain. But are his eyes open? Lying quietly by the garbage can, no one would notice him. And if anyone saw him, they would just think he was a pile of trash. Hidden under his banana peel, Rumple almost felt like he was normal. Yay, Rumple opened his eyes. Year after year, with his eyes shut tight, he would feel the breeze of the changing seasons. He's back to closing his eyes again. In October, he would hear the crunching leaves and almost taste the apple cider. Eyes still closed. I'm sad he only opened them for a minute. In December, he would hum along with the passing carolers. Fa la 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 la. And in July, he could imagine the beautiful fireworks. But at the end of each night, he was always reminded that he was still all alone. That's the end of chapter 1. Tomorrow we'll read chapter 2. This chapter 1 kind of ended a little bit sad, I would think. What's another word for sad we could say? Yes, that's a good word. I say disappointing. Disappointing. I was a little disappointed to see that he felt so sad that he had to keep his eyes closed most of the time. But I have a feeling that this book will end with a positive note because it's a story about bananas belonging and being yourself. Thank you for reading along with me, and thank you for being patient when I mispronounced some things or lost my page, because I'm just learning too. I also want to show you something else. Biddy joined us for a story, but so did Princess Han. I think she liked Miss Adams' reading. I hope you did too.